Hi everyone, this is Lisa Cronin from It's the Little Things in Cardmaking, and I'm going to make a card, but first I thought I would do some stenciling. And I'm not going to finish the card because it's a little involved, but I'm going to show you what I'm doing and what I'm using. So firstly, I have a background that I created. There's some sparkle in it. I did it with some sparkle inks. Very pretty background, very cosmic looking. I'm also going to be using very old paper, holographic stars. I don't know if you can see that there's stars. Maybe they'll pick it up. Anyway, I cut a guitar out of that, and then I also cut a backing. I fussy cut a backing because I'm going to be doing some inlay in this guitar. This card is for my son. His birthday is in a couple of weeks. And I knew I had to make the card because he called me today and he asked me what I'm cooking for his birthday. So it's coming up. This is what I'm going to be doing the inlay with. This is a beautiful card. It's a satin finish and it's from Craft Perfect. And that's Tonic Studios. Now this die that I used is also from Tonic Studios. Very, very old die. Very old die. And I have it here. I don't believe this was a set. I think these came separate. But I'm going to say one of the first dies that they were able to import from England. This is, again, Tonic Studios. I'm also going to be using... I die cut out a stencil from a Sizzix Tim Holtz die, and that's the circular die here, and then some extra stars in case I need them. So this is also going to be a stencil. I also cut out, and I don't know if I'm going to have room to do this, but just in case, I cut out some notes, a large note, and I'm going to be using the negative and the positive when and if I use it, and I've taped all the pieces still in place. And basically when I do the placement of the letters, this is done exactly the same way. So what I really want to show you is the letters. Oh, I'm sorry. La La Land is the die for the music notes. Let's see. His name is Jamie, and what I've already done is I've die cut it, but I left all the pieces in, and I did that for a reason. This is basically what the video is about. How to do foiling, because I'm going to be doing the foiling pens again. How to do foiling with stencils, and how I do it, basically. So the first thing I'm going to do is get some of these things out of the way because I don't really need them right now. I am going to grab my pokey tool. I may need that. I'm going to take this and put this out of the way. And now I'm going to take my letters off. Now you're going to be using, or I'm sorry, I use the negative and the positive of a stencil that has interior work in it. So I have to kind of keep it intact. So here's Jamie. That's his name. And I am going to probably put it right about there. And then I'm going to do my little hinge. Make sure it's centered. Oh, I'm sorry, this is 5.5 by 5.5. I may be doing a 6-inch by 6-inch card. It's going to be a square card. I'm not really sure yet. I think that's good, like right about there. So I'm going to tape it, as I often do. And I don't want this moving around, and I'm going to kind of be working with it quite a bit. So I'm going to show you how I do the stenciling. And again, this is anytime you have any interior work, like for instance the E or the A. This has a little bit of a design in the letters, so I'm gonna do that. I'm trying to take some stick off of my tape here. It's just a little too sticky. And I'm ready. Okay. My pens are heating up. I'm not sure if I'm going to be using the very pointy one and the one up from that, so that's the smallest nib, and then the one up from that. I'm not sure. As I work on this, I guess I'll decide then. You know what? I probably will use 2 of them. Okay. And I think probably the most the most important thing, you know, it's the little things. My pokey tool of choice when I'm die cutting or trying to take the cuts out is a toothpick. For me, that's the most comfortable. And I'm just going to hold that there. And it works really great. And because they come in packages of like 250, I don't have to look for a pokey tool because it's there. Okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take out the innards, and this is the E, and then I am going to tape it in place. And I want to do those inner pieces, so I'm not going to tape over these areas here. So that was my E. Now, of course, my I. Now, because I'm stenciling, I am, what did I do? I did something wrong. Okay, I'm just going to leave it as is. I lost a little piece. But actually, the J has the same little piece, so let me try to not screw this up. Okay. So being that we're going to do the J first, I'm going to put that in there, and then I'll transfer that little tittle to the I afterwards. So, see, there's always a way. There's always a way. Okay, let me get my J to stay in there. This is my A. And I took out all those innards. And I'm going to put my letter back in. Now you know why I say I'm not going to be finishing the card in this video. Look how long it's taking me just to put the letters in. Okay, and the M. So the reason why I'm doing a guitar is because my son is a musician. And he loves music and food and coffee and family. So I did coffee for him last year. I'm trying to remember what I did the year before. I don't remember. So this year I thought I would do music. And these are some of the things that he loves. Besides me. Okay. Alright. So now I am going to put my foil in. And actually I should take this. I should take this out. And take out the design. Put it back in, and look what I did. I should have taken out this little piece here. because that's part of the design. Now I'm going to tape it down in place. I'm going to move this out of the way because we don't really need this anymore. And I am going to be foiling on a hard surface, on the glass mat. So the first thing I'm going to do is make sure my foil is in there. I'm going to secure that. Right about there. This should be good. And I'm going to use the smallest nib on the We Are Memory Keepers tool. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to do the innards in this small nib. And I'm just kind of going around. And now you can see why I taped them all back down again, because it gives me the opportunity to fill in these spaces here. And once I fill in all the spaces, then I can take the letters out and I can do the outline of the letters. And that will, I'm going to put that in there. And that will give me the design inside the letters. So you'll see his name. And now I'm just going to take them out. And I'm going to do the perimeter. Just the outline of the letter. Where's that pokey tool? Here it is. Okay. So I'm using this just to keep the paper stable, the stencil stable. And you know, I did try to stencil with an actual stencil. And I don't know, it just didn't seem like the heat was going through right. So rather than ruin a stencil, I think I'll just continue to make my own. And let's go over the eye. And then we're going to take this M out. And I'm going to outline the M. But these are pretty dies. These letters are very pretty. Should I say pretty while I'm making a card for a guy? They're very pretty. They're very pretty dies. Let me just concentrate. Sometimes I think it might be better to attach the foil to the back of the stencil. I thought about doing that, but I don't know. I'm not sure which way is better. I guess whatever I'm comfortable with that day. And we're almost done with the name. So if I do use those music notes, basically the same thing. I'll be using it as I'm using the letters with the negative and the positive together. Because that's how you can do the innards to a stencil. Same way I just did these letters. And let me do the tittle here. I'm always forgetting that little tittle. Okay, let's see how we did. Great. Very happy with that. Okay, so that's, I'm going to take this off now. And now what I wanted to do, and I have to check my time, I'm going to say goodnight. Or maybe I'll continue this on another video. Thanks for stopping in. Thanks for your likes and comments. Please share. Please subscribe. And, of course, always remember it's the little things in card making. Thanks for stopping by. Bye now.